Hello and welcome to this episode of the Be Free podcast. So today I've got something a little bit different for you, but I'm sure it is something that you will absolutely adore, and it's something that you can return to over and over. So today I'm actually going to guide you through a full moon ritual. So there's a couple of things you might need. You can either just listen to this as a podcast and you can come back to it. You can watch it as a YouTube. I've also written a blog, which I will pop in the show notes if you prefer to have things written out for you. Um, but yeah, I thought today we could dive in, do this beautiful full moon ritual together. It is coming up to the flower moon, which is the 12th of May. So it's 11th of May. Full moon on the 12th of May. So I thought I would release this before that date so you can come back and use this to really harness this beautiful full moon energy. Now, working with the energies and cycles of the moon has been something that I have found massively supportive over the years. And it is just really a way of life now. It is the perfect way to check in as you move through the month. So I will check in at the new moon and also the full moon. I'll use the full moon typically for releasing, letting go, reflecting, the new moon more for setting intentions. It's just a perfect way to keep me aligned and staying in my truth. So if you've never worked with the moon cycles before, I'm sure this episode will support you. So I recently discovered that I am a Pisces Sun, which I knew, Cancer Moon, did not know, Scorpio Rising, did not know, and my mum was a Scorpio. Also didn't know that Scorpio was a water sign, so hey ho, there you go. So three water signs. Now I am a deeply emotional, spiritual, dreamy type, and the full moons and the moon cycles really affect me. And now that I understand, and I spoke to a friend, Siobhan Jaffrey, actually, who was on the podcast, she's a nutritionalist, who was like, wow, that explains why you would be really, feeling the moon's energy because I have this Cancer moon and I'm very watery. Um, so I really like to use these times in a proactive and positive way to help me tune into what's really going on in my life. So I've created this beautiful ritual for you guys to join me in. I am going to be using, because I got gifted this gorgeous set from Louisa Apothecary, but I'm going to give you alternatives as well that you can use. Um, so I've got this gorgeous, it's actually a new moon set from Louisa Apothecary, but I'm going to use it for the full moon and I'm going to use it for the new moon when it comes around as well. But these products really will be able to support you at both. Um, and yeah, creating ritual in our lives and sacred moments just really enhances life and it just adds a bit of magic to life, which I think we can all appreciate and love. And just really, there's a kind of I guess, a theme about romanticizing your life. And I think there's something so beautiful about that, about making even the smallest moments really sacred and gifting yourself some you time to tune in to what's actually going on for you in this moment. So, the flower moon, just a little bit about that. So, the flower moon symbolizes a time of full bloom, emotional clarity, and intentional release. Named after the abundance of wildflowers blossoming during May, the flower moon invites us to reflect on what has come to fruition and what we're ready to let go of. So, this is the ritual that I have created around really harnessing that energy, allowing ourselves to feel really centered and grounded. I'm going to guide you through one of my new meditations. So this hasn't been released yet. This comes from my new book, which I'll pop the waitlist link in the show notes for this. Um, but I'm just going to help guide you clear any stagnant energy. And then, although it is the full moon, we are actually going to set some intentions because this full moon is all around blooming and blossoming. And I want us just to get really, really clear with that. So, if you want to join in, here's what you will need. If you want to come back to it, absolutely fine. So, we are going to need a candle, So I am using the Louisa B Apothecary Goddess candle, which is lemongrass and rose geranium. So it ties in nicely with that blooming floral vibes. You're going to need essential oil. So any kind of essential oil you could use. I'm using the transformation roller from Louisa B. Or you could maybe use any other kind of flower-based essential oil. So rose would be absolutely divine. But yeah, any kind of essential oil you have will be absolutely fine. A journal and pen. So if you have that to hand, and then if you want to, you could maybe gather some crystals, maybe some rose quartz would be really nice and beautiful, or moonstone. I love using moonstone during full moon rituals and new moon rituals just to help connect to that moon energy and vibration. Maybe a cozy blanket, or I always like being wrapped up whether it's sunny or not. And maybe having some fresh flowers to hand as well, just to make it really beautiful. A final thing, but it's the thing we'll be using first, is a cleansing tool. So before you start any ritual, I always recommend that you cleanse your space and you cleanse your body. Now, you could do this using a smudging tool such as sage. Just show you for those that are watching on YouTube, you could use things like sage or Palo Santo, and what you would do is you would go and set fire to light that, and then walk around your room in a clockwise direction. I am going to use the Louisa B Smudging Energy Clearing Spray. So all I'm going to do is literally spray it in each of the corners of my room. This contains Palo Santo and sage. So if you don't want to use smoke, this is a great way to do it. So if you're joining in, just go and spray the corners of your room, or put the smoke into the corners of your room. Then you're going to do it around your body. Again, if you don't even have a smudging tool, you could do it with sound. You could clap in the corners of the room. You could just use the intention, asking your angels, guides to come in to clear your space of any residual energy so that you can create a beautiful, clear, aligned space for your ritual. Okay, so once you've done that, just setting your space. And then we're just going to repeat this intention out loud. So just saying this together. I clear this space with love and light. I release what no longer serves me. Okay. Then we're going to light our candle. And we're inviting in that gorgeous energy, setting our sacred space. And then you're going to take your essential oil and we're going to anoint our cells. So you can pop it on your pulse points, you can pop it on your wrists, behind your ears, and we're going to pop a little drop on our third eye to invite in clarity. Okay. Again, with essential oils, less is always more, I find, so you don't have to go too crazy. Maybe pop some on the palm of your hand, just opening up our palm chakras, rubbing those palms together. Our palms are connected to our heart space. Taking a nice inhale of whatever essential oil you're using, inviting that aroma in. Slowly exhale out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Get in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe you just want to place some oil on your heart, place your hands over your heart, allow the eyes just to drop closed, just connecting in with the aroma, allowing yourself to feel calm and grounded in this space. So just taking 3 nice deep breaths here. Okay, so we are going to make ourselves comfortable. Hopefully, you're feeling a bit more grounded, more connected. I'm going to guide you through a full moon meditation. Now, if you want to, you can listen to, I've hooked up in the blog. I have a meditation on Insight Timer, which is a lovely moon meditation. So, or you could use any kind of full moon meditation, but I'm going to guide you through my new full moon meditation. So making yourself comfortable, and again, knowing that you can come back to this at any time. So when you feel ready, just slowing down, getting that blanket, getting cozy, lying down or seated, whatever feels good for you. We're just going to get ready to drop into the sacred space of this full moon energy. Just allowing those eyes to gently drop closed or bringing your gaze down so we can turn our awareness inwards. And this meditation is called the Lake of Transformation. So just breathing slowly, steadily, in for 3 and out for 6. So the full moon is a time of release, shedding, and realignment. And through this meditation, we will move into the emotional waters of transformation and allow ourselves to feel deep healing and letting go. Just focusing on that breathing in for 3 and out for 6, just allowing yourself to let go with the exhale. And as you breathe now, I want you to think of the word release. And just repeating that word release in your mind as you allow yourself to soften and drop. Release. From this space of relaxation, we're going to head on a sacred journey of transformation, acceptance, and alignment. So you begin to head along a moonlit path into the forest. The moon is so bright and golden above you that she illuminates your way. Tall pine trees and spruce fill the forest as you walk. And with each step, you fall into a deeper connection to self. The stillness and silence allowing you to hear and feel clearly. An opportunity for inner reflection. You take this alone time to allow yourself to reflect on the past month. What emotions are arising within you? What have you achieved in this month? And what has stood in your way? You begin to see a lake up ahead, reflecting through the trees. You walk towards the water and sit by the edge. The golden moon reflecting on the surface. The occasional ripple as an insect glides over the water. You stare at the water, the reflection of the moon. Then you close your eyes, you sit and breathe, and you feel the portal of your heart and your intuition begin to open. This inner temple within you expands as you breathe. Your heart space bathed in gold and moonlight. You place your hands on your heart and tune in. You ask to be shown where you've held yourself back. What are your emotions trying to tell you? And what nudges have you received? Where have you strayed from your path and your dreams? You allow the thoughts and insights and emotions to flood your awareness. Breathing deeply, allowing, witnessing. You allow the moon's magnetic energy to pull and illuminate and shine light on anything that is holding you back or weighing you down. You breathe and feel into your heart space. Allow your shoulders to drop, your body to relax, and just receive the insight you need. You begin to hear the sounds of the forest. You slowly open your eyes and watch the moon's reflection on the lake. You feel guided to swim. You take off your clothes, and as you do, it's like each item is a shedding, a letting go of what is holding you back. You slowly enter the water, a sacred moon bath just for you. You move through the water, allowing the water to cleanse away the remains of the stagnant energy. The water cleanses and clears and heals. You feel like you can understand yourself more clearly now the heaviness is leaving you. Every stroke you swim, shedding, lightening the load of your body, mind, and soul, releasing fear, self-doubt, procrastination, the emotions moving to a more balanced state as you honor your intuition. You swim towards the water's edge and climb out, noticing a soft, fluffy robe is waiting for you. You place this robe on, it feels comforting and soothing and relaxing. You feel lighter, more aligned and free. No need to race ahead, just a gentle course correct, align and tune in. You sit wrapped in your robe, reflecting, integrating your experience, a deeper understanding of self. You watch the moonlight glisten on the water, breathing deeply, freely, relaxed. So you're slowly going to be guided back to this moment. Just taking some time to stretch, to process, just being gentle with yourself, no haste, just awareness. So just guiding yourself back to the present moment, into your body, your being, knowing that all is well. Okay, beautiful soul. So just taking your time and just grabbing your journal and pen. And I'm going to guide you through some journal prompts for this flower moon. And just write freely. You can pause the podcast or pause the YouTube video just to give yourself some time to answer each of these questions so that you don't feel rushed or pressured. So the first journal prompt I have for you is, what seeds have I planted previously that need a little more care and nurturing? Okay, so thinking about what seeds have you planted previously that need a little more care and nurturing. So before this full moon, what seeds have you been planting? Okay, so you can pause that. I'm going to go on to the next question now. What has come to full bloom in my life this moon cycle or season? So thinking about what has come to fruition, what has bloomed in this life, in this moon cycle or season. Next question. What emotions or patterns am I ready to release under this flower moon? What emotions or patterns am I ready to release under this flower moon? So again, obviously, just pause it, give yourself time and space. But it's not going to make for a very interesting podcast if I sit for 5 minutes each question, but just give yourself that time. Next question, what am I cultivating next? What intentions do I want to nurture? So what is next for you? What intentions do you want to nurture and grow? So what am I cultivating next? What intentions do I want to nurture? And then the final question, how can I honor my own cycles and growth more fully? What would I love and what support do I need in this cycle? So how can you honor yourself and your own cycles? We have different energy cycles, different things that are going on in our lives. So how can you honor that more? And what love and support do you need? What can you give yourself, or do you need support from others? So I'll read that questions again. What can I honor my own? How can I honor my own cycles and growth more fully? And what would I love and what support do I need in this cycle? Okay, so just allowing those answers to flow without judgment. Just this is a space for self-honesty, for clarity, for self-connection. So hopefully you have spent some time journaling on those. And I'm going to read some affirmations now. Now, I want you to pick 3 affirmations. I've got a little ritual, manifesting ritual here for you. So I want you to pick 3 affirmations that can be from the ones that I read out. So you might want to write them down with me if they speak to you, or you can create your own based on the intentions from your journaling. Okay? So I'm going to read these and then I'll tell you what we're going to do. So again, if they resonate, please write down the ones that do so. I want you to have 3. I release all that no longer serves my growth. I forgive myself and others with grace and compassion. With the full moon's light, I let go of fear, doubt, and limitation. I am blooming in perfect timing, just like nature intended. My dreams are taking root and blossoming with love and intention. I am aligned with the energy of abundance, beauty, and joy. I am whole, worthy, and radiant. I trust my intuition and honor my truth. Every part of me is worthy of love, especially the parts still growing. How beautiful is that? So you can pause, have a little rewind, see which ones speak to you. And then what we're going to do is you're going to want you to pick your first one. You're going to pop a bit of oil in your palm, take an inhale so we can anchor these affirmations with the vibration of the essential oil. And then you're going to repeat the affirmation that you've chosen 3 times. So I'm going to pick that final one. Every part of me is worthy of love, especially the parts still growing. Every part of me is worthy of love, especially the parts still growing. Every part of me is worthy of love, especially the parts still growing. So you're going to do that. And I want you to do that for each of the 3 you've picked. Okay, so you're ultimately saying nine times. The other thing you can do, and I love to do this, is you can write the affirmation down. Okay, so you write the affirmation down and then you pop it. I'm going to show this just as an example of a jar. Pop it underneath a jar. Okay, the jar will be filled with water. So just fill the jar with water. Pop the affirmation underneath, and you're going to leave this outside in the moonlight or on your windowsill. Okay. And what that's going to do is you're going to have the energy of the moon and the energy of the affirmation, and it's going to infuse into the moon water, which you can then drink the following day. So you're really absorbing that vibration on a cellular level into your body and being. Or you could use it for things like cleaning your altar, or even watering and gifting it to plants that you're trying to grow. So that is another little ritual that you might like to do. So pick your 3 affirmations, repeat them 3 times. Okay. The other thing that I was going to say that I've just realized that I haven't actually written in the blog is to write them out 3 times. Okay, so this is our little manifestation bit. So to write each one out 3 times, we're repeating it 3 times, write it out 3 times. So we're really, really connecting with the vibration. So if it's like, I release all that no longer serves my growth. I release all that no longer serves my growth. I release all that no longer serves my growth. And you pop all that, write that down 3 times. Also write it on that bit of paper, pop it underneath your moon water, drink it. Magic, magic, magic. Okay. So you can have a little reread of everything that you have written through this process, through your journaling. Maybe make any notes of anything that has arisen for you, anything that stands out. Just having a little mini reflection before we close our ritual. So, what I want you to do now is I want you just to thank yourself. And then before we blow out our candle, we're just going to say the following words so you can repeat after me. I honor the fullness of the moon, the fullness of my being, and the beauty of becoming and blooming. And repeat thank you 3 times to yourself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then when you get ready, blow out your candle to close your space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I really hope that you let me know if you try this ritual, if you have enjoyed this. It's one that you can return to if you enjoyed having a meditation on the podcast for a change as well. It felt like coming home to me, delivering stuff in this way. As I mentioned, I have used the Louisa B Apothecary products. You can check out the link for those in the show notes. So thank you, Louise, for sending me those and gifting me those. I absolutely adore them. I did actually use the smudging spray already because it's just such a great tool to have in a home environment if you've got animals to not have smoke going about. Also, family members who don't like the stink of sage or Palo Santo everywhere in smoky environments. Um, so yeah, it's a really super helpful product to use. So I will pop a link to my new wait list for my new meditations book. Pop a list to Louisa B Apothecary. And any questions, please, please, please reach out. I would love to hear anything that arises for you as you go through this process. Please feel free to share it with a friend. As I say, you can watch it on YouTube, on the blog, or listen here on the podcast as well. So, sending you all so much love and gratitude for mixing things up a bit this week. And I will see you back next week when I have a really awesome guest and we are discussing all things joyful living and color psychology. Okay, with love, my loves. See you soon.